Welcome to Cosmic Channels. I'm your host, Braden. Cosmic lines are open. 1-833-703-0424. 1-833-703-0424 if you want to call in and share your story. There's a couple people. Sorry I wasn't here last week. Just unfortunate. I was out of town, and when I'm out of town, there's nothing I can do. I can't do this show, unfortunately. I have to bring my whole my whole setup with me, and it doesn't, it's too much stuff. I can't fly with it. So we have some new reviews. Listen, you want to help Cosmic Channels, leave a 5-star review to negate the slew of 1-star reviews we've got in the last 2 weeks. We've got 1 5-star review and about 6 1-star reviews. Let's read one of the 1-star reviews. Open-minded comedy. I saw that and I had a feeling before I saw it that you're just making fun of callers. Time to try Dolan's thing. Disappointing. Where's that from? I have no idea. I don't think I make fun of anyone. I don't think I make fun of callers. I have a laugh with callers. I've never really made fun of. I'll make fun of this guy. Worst review of all time. Your review, 1 star. Bad show, bad host, bad guys. My bad listening. 1 star. Yeah, that's good. 3-star, 1-star review. That's pretty good. And then the new 5-star review. Captivating from his... such a great show. Great platform to hear and discuss other people's paranormal experiences. So many stories are relatable, and the ones that aren't are even more fascinating. Keep up the great work, fam. Thank you so much for that 5-star review. Like I said, yeah, I don't know why we just got hit with a 1-star review, and I haven't released an episode in 2 weeks. I've just been gone. Life's been crazy. I've got 2 just about done, ready to go. So I don't know if I'll do a double up next week. Maybe I'll do 2 next week. I try out another day release, surprise release on top of next Thursday. Lines are open. 1-833-703-0424. Colin, you got a theory? You got something to talk about? Get on here. Let's go. We need some stories. This was interesting. Who's the chat's dead tonight? Quite nice. Hey, it's okay. I missed a week. That's what happens. There was a cool thing. DMT laser experiment. Is that what it is? Yeah, this is a codeofreality.com. DMT laser experience. I've been seeing this. I saw someone sent me a video. I wish I could. I wish I could. I actually want to talk to these guys. So you can do this test. It's called Project Veil Break. It's kind of fascinating. So what it is these guys, laser simulation group. I guess what happened is he's a DMT user, and I guess he tests was just kind of experimenting with DMT and doing different things, and he has this experiment where it's replicatable, and you can do it yourself, and he shows you how to do it yourself, but basically if you take DMT, a fucking hallucinogenic, heavy, serious stuff, and then you set up these, what's it called? These lasers. These lasers. And then you kind of have the lasers cross on the wall, and then you do DMT and you sit beside the wall and just look at the lasers. They say you can see the code. Basically like the Matrix is what they're saying is, and it's 200 people now have signed up and said that they've also taken videos and described. It's really interesting. So if you want to check it out, codeofreality.com. It's kind of interesting that they're, and it's just, listen, it's just like backyard scientists, being like, we saw this, it's replicatable. You can do it basically every time. It sounds like if you follow the procedure, you can see this thing. I'm trying to see if they show, if they have any drawings of what it looks like. I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's anything in there, but very fascinating stuff. Anyways, lines are open. 1-833-703-0424. Lines are dead today. It's okay. I was gone last week. Limited stuff I can do on my phone. I was recording ATT. I had to edit ATT because Zell's gone to Mexico. So I said it was a busy week for me last week, guys. Too many responsibilities for this lazy guy. But 1-833-703-0424. Let me go to... Maybe someone sent in a story. I have literally not... No stories. No stories sent in either. I watched that one. Yeah, I watched that one already. No stories either. All right. Well, 1-833-703-0424. I'll be right back. Lines are open. I'm just going to go top up my drink here. Someone tell a story. Come on. Think about it. Lines are open. We're back. Chris Moore might call. I'm trying to think of a story. Listen, you probably got a story. You're just worried. Tell him. Call it. Tell it. Majestic Polar Bear. Happy Thanksgiving. I forgot. Is it American Thanksgiving today? Do you all celebrate Thanksgiving on Thursday? Like, is tonight like the Thursday day? Fourth Thursday. Oh my God. I'm competing with fucking turkey dinner. That's starting to make some sense. Damn. Stupid Canadian Thanksgiving a month earlier. Interesting. Well, I wonder if I should do just a makeup call show then, this weekend or tomorrow night or Friday or Saturday night to try to get some calls. Just come hang out and open the lines. Give it some time. I'll give it another 5 minutes or so, and if you know, that's probably what it is. We got Thursday night football. Everyone's getting fucking Thanksgiving wasted, arguing with their parents about politics. It's the best holiday. Interesting. Yeah, listen, if you want to help the show, you like hanging out with Cosmic Channels. Yeah, it's just the Canadians. We had Thanksgiving. This is just regular Thursday for us. Fuck, I didn't even notice that. It's too bad. I didn't once think that this was in fact a holiday. It doesn't even show up on my calendar as American Thanksgiving. Oh well, you know, what are you gonna do? And one very full American, yeah, stuffed to the brim. Listen, no one's calling in. After you eat, you know, a whole bunch of turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes, stuffing, you know, some people do Yorkies. You know, once you eat all that, dude, you have a hard time breathing without getting acid reflux. If you're anywhere over 25, like people are probably sitting there, buttons undone, doing that like exasperated breath, because if you take too deep of a breath, you're gonna vomit, like projectile vomit. And that's what the holiday is all about, gluttony, right? So probably just waiting, just starting to eye up the pie, going, there's not a chance I'm eating any pie. You know full well you're gonna eat a full pie, full piece with ice cream, or a pumpkin pie with whipped cream. You're tossing it back. Listen, and you're having 4 or 5 beers. Listen, it's a big calorie day. This is the start of Dirty Bulk right here. It's this Thursday. Very big day. Yeah, you know what I might do? I might just check my schedule. Maybe I can do a makeup show Friday, Saturday. Or maybe I'll just pop on and see if we can't get some calls this weekend. I need like 2 or 3 calls. I need 2 or 3 calls a week to keep the show going. I think I'm like 3. I've got 2 edited, ready to go, and I'll have about 1 more. So we're kind of like 3 weeks worth of episodes ahead. So it's like, you know, I can afford to have slow nights or take off nights, but we need 3 or 4. 3, 4 calls is the best. But listen, I think the writing's on the wall tonight. 12 minutes in, not a call. Real no numbers. Forgot it's American Thanksgiving, so I'm kind of leaning towards I might just let everyone enjoy Thanksgiving. And I had 3 houses to go to and eat. Feel like gained 20 pounds. That's the best. That's the best when you're getting the little sample pack. Hopefully you saved the best for last. What's going on, Duchess? Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe there's a call. Listen, save the show. Thank God. Cosmic Channels, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's up, man? This is Joe calling from South Carolina.
Hey, brother. What's going on? How's Thanksgiving treating you?
I ate so much I almost threw up.
Yeah, all right, give me the play-by-play. What were you? What'd you dust? What'd you take down?
We had turkey, sweet potato souffle, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, then a fuck ton of fucking pies and other desserts.
Nice. What kind of pies?
Apple pie, pumpkin pie,
pumpkin. Nice.
Sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato. Any strawberry rhubarb? None of that in there?
No, but there was some kind of a cobbler, but I didn't eat that.
Oh, good. That's a good spread. Well, shit, that's good. What do you got for us tonight? Other than
I'm the guy who made the Facebook post about the alien story.
Oh, yes! Let me pull that up.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through that. Facebook post, because that was awesome.
Yeah.
Just tell the story from tell from the start for people who haven't read that Facebook post.
Okay, so around late 2020, early 2021, my wife is telling me about this experience she's having that she had, where it's like she sees like this alien portal opens up in our ceiling, and these aliens are like looking down on her, and I'm like, nah, like it's a fucking dream, Rach. Just go back to bed, ain't nothing. And then but during that whole time frame, that area where she's talking about this reoccurring experience, she's like, oh, I see UFO lights outside. Well, I see UFOs. I see like spotlights, like from like a helicopter, but there's no helicopter outside. And then she's like, I see a robot standing in the street, just staring in at our house.
Holy fuck!
And I'm just like, I'm like, Rachel, they're fucking dreams. Just stop. You're flipping out over dreams. Well, probably a year after that, I'm at work, I'm bored, and I'm on Reddit, and I'm searching for, some high strangeness in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what I could, just what's going on in my state and neighboring state and whatnot. So I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, I see a post about people seeing these robots in the street. And I'm like, what the fuck? My wife don't go on Reddit. That's not her thing. She doesn't, there's no way she would have seen that and try to make a prank on me, try to fuck around with me or anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Okay, maybe there's something to this. I told my wife that. She goes, fucking see, I told you. I'm not the only one. You see? And I'm like, okay, cool. But then, all of a sudden, all these experiences she's having completely die out. It doesn't happen again. No more issues. Then fast forward to like a week ago. My mom's over for a visit. We get into talking about some paranormal stuff, get different ghost stories.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. I haven't told anybody this before, but I'm going to tell you. She starts talking about fucking aliens opening up a portal in her ceiling, looking down on her. And the thing that's crazy is she told nobody else. My wife only told me. I never told my mom. And this is a span of like, 2.5, 3 years between scenarios. It's not like my wife had it happen last month and then this happened.
Yeah.
But and like the situation was identical. Like they were able to complete each other's sentences. Like, and the way it was described was it looks like these aliens was observing them.
They kind of peeking in through, like looking down through a portal, like.
Yeah, looking down, observing, and then like they were saying, like they're looking. There's a few of them there. They're looking at each other. They're like, you could see that they're like communicating with each other. And my wife didn't really describe the aliens. My mom described it, and the way she described them. And my mom's not really into this kind of stuff, but the way she described them was like, classic Grace.
Yeah. Big head.
So,
big black eyes.
Yeah, she said they had these big almond-shaped eyes and all this stuff. I'm like, oh shit, you're talking about, the Grace, okay? And she's like, the what? And I'm like, yeah, the Grace. Anyway, so she's telling me, and she's like, you see, like you could tell, like they're standing at like a computer, and you can see like flashes of light coming from like a monitor hitting their face. You can see the background, like behind them. You see other aliens walking behind and stuff like that. And she said this happened probably within like a 12-month span, happened about 10 times.
Oh,
and she was like, it was getting so frequent with her that it stopped scaring her. She thought she was just going crazy. She was like seeing shit. And she was like, she would get up, it'll wake her up. She would get up out of bed, go use the bathroom, come back into the bedroom, and it will be gone. But as soon as she lays back down, the portal reopens and she sees them again.
That's so weird. And your wife kind of explains this, that has that same, like, when she lays down, she pops up.
Same thing. It was identical.
So one of the questions I have is when they see these robots like in the streets, like when they stand up and the portal disappears, they kind of look out and then they see like robots in the street.
Okay, so my wife my mom didn't see no robots.
Yeah.
Didn't see no UFO lights. The only connection is the ceiling thing. The portal.
Yeah.
But like my wife, she suffers from bouts of insomnia where sometimes she would just stay up all night. So like when these things are happening,
is that I'm pretty sure just everyone, if you're over like once you hit over 30, I think we all I'm pretty sure it's just everyone, like, because I was like, I didn't sleep I slept like an hour last night.
Yeah, I go through it too.
Yeah, I was
like, fuck, I can't sleep.
When people are like insomnia, I was like, I think it's just we all do it. It's, I think that's the combination of crushing like 8 cups of coffee a day, and then just working all day. All you drink is coffee, and then you can't sleep all night. I think that's and then you have bouts of insomnia. But I've never I have terrible bouts of insomnia where it's like I'll go lay in bed, I'll wake up an hour later, and my mind's up, and that's it. It's I'm not going back to sleep. But like never have I ever had any kind of hallucination associated with that.
Neither have I.
And I'm a frequent, I would say I would in a 2-week span, I would say at least once every 2 weeks, I almost pull an all-nighter. Just about. Just because I can't sleep.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I would say I go through it. Yeah,
I get it pretty frequently, but never am I like seeing stuff. So that's the most unique thing. It's so weird because it's like when you describe this, like your wife's experience more so than your mother's. Your mother's kind of corroborates your wife's just with the aliens and like this. It's so eerily similar. But like the seeing the aliens, seeing UFO lights, seeing robots, I'm like, there's fucking so much going on, and like in that, it reminds me we just talked about it. Case file. Fuck, I'm so bad with numbers. 338 or 337 on Alien Theorists Theorizing. We talked about the Casablanca UFO, and these kids in California, like in a 2-hour period. It was just like insanity. They saw a cowboy like just appear out of nowhere with like laser guns, and fucking UFOs were flying overhead, and aliens are on the street, like just pandemonium, like every which way they turn, and things are just appearing and disappearing. And it was just like a short window of time, and then it kind of just stops. And I get that vibe where it's just like all of a sudden it's like aliens, UFO lights, robot, what's going on? And it's all gone. And that was strange, and you just don't really know what to make of it. But you're saying that like people on Reddit have the same kind of experiences.
Well, the Reddit thing was only about the robot. Now, after this talk with my mom and stuff, I went online, started Googling the situation with the ceiling and all that. Couldn't find anything. Nothing. But this robot thing, like I said.
And it's your mom?
Other people talking about the robot.
It's your mom that it's happening to.
Well, my mom and my wife. Now, my wife saw the robot and like the UFO spotlights and whatnot.
Are you in bed? Are you in bed when your wife sees these? Are you in bed as well?
Yeah, I'm in bed too. She's just awake. Now the thing is, like, and I tell her, why you don't wake me up? Like, I asked her that question, like, why you don't wake me up? I'm totally into this shit.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know.
Can I freak you out a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
I wonder if they're not there for your wife at all, right? Because we hear about these things coming and like observing families. Like, I mean, we hear it. We hear experiencers who have lifelong experiences, and their kids have experiences, right? And the fact that it's your mother sees it too makes me wonder that, because I'm like, your wife and your mother aren't really connected other than through you.
Yeah.
So it's like, to me, I'm like, I wonder if they're, listen, there's so many different accounts of these things, people saying that they hear things in their head, right? And like they have ideas projected into them. They kind of like can't really control themselves, almost like there's like some sort of like telepathic control. So it's like, maybe your wife doesn't know, because she's laying there being like, they're really there kind of just taking a peek at you because they're interested in your bloodline for whatever reason. And she's just happens to see that, and you're not, and they're just like, oh yeah, and you're just not gonna move. You're gonna freeze right there. You're gonna lay there, it's totally fine, right? And so maybe they're there watching you sleep.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, possibly. I mean, the fucking. I have no idea. I just never personally seen anything like that.
I know, that's so funny. It's
such like I said, I had different paranormal experiences here and there throughout my life. A couple of bouts of sleep paralysis here and there, but
two people
never anything alien.
Like that close to describe that similar of a situation. like unconnected. It's so weird, like such a weird coincidence. Because you're like that is such. Because let's go on to let's lean to the non-believer side, right? Let's say if you're a person that's like, oh, your wife and your mom are obviously concocting this story. They're concocting up the exact same make-believe story and telling you separately without telling each other, or what they're making this story like, you know, to say that this is not not happening to them, it doesn't make more sense. You're like, well, they would have to be like in cahoots to tell this story to you. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, they would definitely have to be, yeah.
Do you have the keys?
Yeah, I'm like,
Go walk the door.
okay.
But yeah, it's like, I mean, it'd be interesting, dude. Wild story.
But,
it's just so weird that they're so connected.
Yeah, it would have to be a situation where they were they got together and was like, yeah, let's fuck with Joe.
Yeah, but that doesn't, like you're saying from that, it doesn't really make sense. And it doesn't even line up to the fact because it's not like this happened at the same time. It happened separately in different times, like with a duration of time in between before your mom disclosed to you that, you know, she had this same thing. And you're the one making the connection going like, holy fuck, this is crazy. It's not like your mom heard your wife tell that story. They're both telling you independently, which is the weird thing. Like, that's why I believe the story. It's just weird, such a weird coincidence that both of them are experiencing it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Very.
I'm
talking about your alien situation. He's like, please don't.
Hey, I'll let you go back to your Thanksgiving plans. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing that. Hey, Joe, call in again. I heard you kind of say there that you got some paranormal stories, so call again and share one of those.
Yeah, I could call back in. I'll give you some stories.
Yeah, 100%, man. Thank you so much for calling in with that, and hopefully it inspires some other people to share their experiences.
Okay, man.
All right.
You guys have a good one.
Take care of yourself.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That is so weird. Two independent, like very similar. The robot and the UFO light, like seeing that, I just like, it gives me Casablanca vibes. And I don't know if it just gives me Casablanca vibes because I feel like we just did that a couple weeks ago, so it's still fresh in my mind. But it's like, it's such a weird one where it's like all of a sudden you're just like, boom, boom, boom. Like all these like seemingly, you know, they're obviously connected because they're happening at the same time of just craziness. And yeah, you know, you could chalk it up to like, oh yeah, it's sleep paralysis or whatever, but it's like, it's not really like a Hat Man scenario. I don't think people are seeing like, is that like sleep paralysis? Like, I mean, a lot of people describe the Hat Man and shadow people and that, but it's not like, not that. So it's like, it's very unique. And it's during bouts of insomnia, but it's like, fuck, I've experienced insomnia and I've never like had hallucinations. So it's a wild story. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love those ones. Lines are open 1-833-703-0424. There we go. Look at that. Maybe it is a good night because everyone's just getting stuffed with turkey, jumping on. Cosmic Channels, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Gabriel Bohm from Shawano, Wisconsin, out in USA.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm actually the one in the chat, Majestic Polar Bear, the one that said Happy Thanksgiving originally.
you ruined it for me. Hey, what'd you have? Let us know. What'd you have tonight? What was the highlight?
Oh my gosh, always stuffing and cranberries. And I've had so much food, now I'm just laying in bed and I can't even move.
Yeah. Are you shallow breaths?
Oh yes, definitely shallow breaths.
Yeah.
Hard time breathing. Yep.
It's what the holiday's all about.
So,
what kind of pie? What kind of dessert?
Exactly.
What kind of dessert did you crush?
Oh, cherry pie.
Cherry
pie. Lots of pumpkin pie, and I always have to section what I eat out because I always have a lot of houses to go to and eat at friends' houses or family's houses. That's what I tried to do today, but it didn't go to plan. I just ate so much.
That's good, man. Listen, I'm jealous. I missed Thanksgiving a month ago. I was out of town, so I'm living vicariously through all you Americans today. What do you got for us today?
All right. I got a bit of a ghost story, a haunted place I used to work at.
Oh, yes, I love haunted workplaces. Let's hear it.
All right, so where I live in Shawano, we have a bottling company that I worked at for about 6 years. I'm not there anymore, so I've moved on. I'm in college and whatnot, but it's called Twigs Beverage. You can look it up. They're a small mom and pop bottling company, and they famously make Sundrop soda. It's like a citrus soda. I don't know if you know what that is, because I don't know if it's mainly in the U.S., but yeah. But anyways, this place, it's like I said, it's small. It was made in the 1950s, right? Floyd Hartwig, the owner, built this from the ground up, right, and ran it for a bunch of years. And the name Twigs came from his nickname in our town. And there's a lot of rich history there. And, it's kind of a museum, gift shop. We have the bottling lines in the back. And a big thing that all of our coworkers talk about, that's it happens like almost every day. It seems like, we kind of come together at the end of the week. We're like, oh, we heard this, we saw this, and everybody there is super interested in like the paranormal, UFOs, and I've got them hooked on this podcast now as well. So
yeah, just a quick look up of Twig Soda. Like, I guess there's some ghost hunts that have gone down there.
Yeah, well, I did that with a crew of mine recently.
Oh.
We posted some of it to YouTube. We're super amateurs, so it's nothing special, right? But we're getting into it, and we might do our own podcast eventually, because I take a lot of inspiration from you guys, of course. So.
Are you are you Luft?
Yeah, that's our channel name, Luke. So if you go in and scroll through some of that or watch the 4-part series, there's a lot of good evidence that we get, and it's pretty strange.
Brother, you're selling yourself short, calling yourself amateurs. You're getting evidence, you're taking videos. Sounds a little professional to me. I think you're selling yourself a little short.
Professional. Well, thank you.
So what is going on at Twigs?
So as long as I could remember, so let's go back to like my first day working there, like first week, we cart out soda because a big thing we're famous for is wheeling out returnable soda. People can bring back their soda, fill it up. I know Coca-Cola does that as well, but I would see like shadow people, like black figures out of the corner of my eye when I'd walk from room to room. Ooh. Or when I'd be, restocking soda in the gift shop. And I didn't want to seem crazy to all of some of the older people that worked there, given it was my first week. But I eventually brought it up to them, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, this is like a pretty common occurrence. It's happened quite a bit. So just welcome to the crew. This is what you're gonna get working here."
Oh, so just like everyone's going in the room, you get those, what is it, like fleeting glances where it's like you catch that peripheral movement. And then when you look, it's gone. Like it's you. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's pretty much that.
Ooh.
Yeah, and sometimes on top of those, we get disembodied voices. Like I think that I'm talking to one of my coworkers, and I'll have full-blown conversations with them, and then I turn around, they're not there, and I find out that they're on the, in one of the other buildings in like the water plant doing something with the boss. So it's, who am I talking to? Who's actually there? Is it one of those shadows that I'm seeing? So it's real freaky.
Well, it sounds like, it gives me little shivers because I'm just like, ooh, it sounds like a mimic. Right?
Yeah, like a mimic. Exactly. Like a mimic. That's a good way to put that.
Yeah. And it's just, fucking with you for some reason. Whatever, trying, perfecting the communications. Most people, I think most people say they're more tricksters that fuck with you. So it's not too much of a luring you or anything. It's more of just they're just fucking with you.
They want the attention, probably,
Yeah.
right? Like they feed off that. Yeah.
Well, if it's anything like a poltergeist,
But,
you know, I've always said that, like, you know, I feel like they get their power from, you know, being conscious of them and being aware of them, and putting your mental, like, being more aware of them makes them more powerful. And I bet it's the same with mimics. Like, they want to be known, they want to be, like, the more conscious thought you put into them, it gives them power or whatever in our realm or on our side of however it works for them.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I believe that, because there are things that have happened there. And on topic of poltergeist activity, in our bottling line, because in the museum attaches itself to our one bottling line, so that customers can come through before they buy the soda and watch it actually being bottled down the line and then packaged. So that's pretty cool. But on the bottling line, like up above the machine, we kind of have this shelf towards the ceiling that will put like extra bottles in boxes and make sure they stay clean and all of that. And we've caught on the cameras, and I need to get this footage. I think I can. Bottles get, like, those boxes just fly outwards off and crash onto the ground.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And
so
how heavy are they?
Or-
How heavy are they?
Well, empty, like the empty bottles, it's super light, you know. Like,
Yeah.
It's just the normal glass bottles, like
Yeah.
12 of them to a case.
But I mean, still,
But
that's
to,
still
like,
that's
instead
still
of
a
just, like-
significant. That's not like a, you know, it's not a feather. There's some weight to 12 bottles in a box.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I would maybe, you know, chalk it up to like the, you know, the wind or something, or like a gust or something, if it was just the cardboard box. But
Yes.
it's the glass in it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, that doesn't, like, if it was just a box, you'd be like, okay, someone, you know, a draft came through, caught the box perfectly, it sailed off, fell. But with the 12 bottles, it doesn't make a lick of sense. I'm like, you know, the wind, unless a hurricane's blowing through, you know, see a category 4 storm. But
Yeah.
right, that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Oh, so freaky.
No, it doesn't. It's so weird. And honestly, where I live, you know, it's Wisconsin, right? I bet the winters up there are horrible for you guys, but for us, it's, you know, super frigid cold winters, and there's no wind. It's just stale. You know, the cold hurts your face. We get blistering hot summers. We get 2 weeks of beautiful fall and no spring. So it's like the weather is super weird, but I don't know. It usually doesn't affect anything in the building. So
Yeah,
but-
I don't. It's not bad for me anymore. I can't be a part of the bad winters in Canada. I live on Vancouver Island. It's super mild. It's like the most mild place in Canada. So I'm fortunate.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So vacation there is what you're saying.
yeah. Oh yeah. Vancouver Island's a nice spot. I mean, like we don't really dip below, you know, into freezing temperatures very often. If we get snow, it's only a couple days of snow and then it's done. I'm quite fortunate.
Yeah.
But I don't
Well,
have to work in a haunted place. So.
Yeah, I know, right? And I, you know, I'm back home for Thanksgiving break from school, and I go back, and I'm just like, have you guys had any experiences? And, you know, they tell me a little bit of stuff, like they'll still catch things or, you know, talk to random people. But there are, like, 2 more big events I want to tell you about
Yeah, let's hear 'em.
that have happened there. So, one, we have an older lady that works there. Her name's Linda. We consider her the work mom. She is amazing. You know, she loves to take care of all the younger high school students that work there. Amazing woman. And one night, she was closing because, like, right now, during this time of the year, it gets dark for us at, like, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So when you're closing at 5 in that, you know, pretty isolated building where there's not a lot of facing windows in most of it, it's pitch black. So she was walking down our long hallway to shut all the lights off, and once she had them off, she was going to our little taste testing bar and going out. And as she was walking down, she heard footsteps behind her. And at the time, she immediately thought that someone was locked in the building with her, like one of the customers. So she turned around to, you know, like interact with them, you know, like, hey, I'm sorry I locked you out, like I can guide you out of the building. And no one was there. And when she turned back around, continued walking out, she heard like footsteps run at her, and she just ran as fast as she could out the doors, called the owners, and then, you know, they came in and searched the building, and no one was there.
I don't like that.
So
That's fucking
yeah, I don't
scary.
like that
yeah.
either. So when I shut off, when I was closing, I'd run out of the building, and I didn't even have to hear footsteps.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a little concerning that, like, when you're alone, it kind of preys on you more.
Yeah, really.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
So it's like, it is a little concerning. You're like, you know, because it's like, yeah, when there's more people around, it's, you know, yeah, it's doing some mimics, it's doing some, you know, some voices, pushing some box of bottles here and there, some fleeting glances, but like, you know, at when you're alone, it seems like it's like it wants you out of there. Like, leave. It's time to go.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. 100%. So we all kind of dread these winter hours, right? Where it
Yeah,
gets dark
yeah.
super early.
I bet you guys should
And
get hazard
so
pay.
Yeah. So I mean, we need to leave like a little emergency like glass panel, you know, like instead of a fire extinguisher, it's like salt and holy water or something for like the high schoolers to use in case they get into trouble there.
You're closing with the cross. Yeah. Make sure that you're just blessing the place as you walk out.
That's yeah, I need to tell them that. That's funny.
Yeah, it would be funny.
Yeah.
Except they're gonna start doing that. The floor is gonna be steaming wherever the water hits. I don't know.
Oh, really? Yeah. They'll end up mopping it. They'll bless the mop bucket instead.
Oh,
and
that's a good
hopefully
idea.
that gets rid of something.
Man, what a you could have all the janitorial staff taking care of this.
I mean, if you ever take the chance to watch those videos, it's so weird because we get like disembodied footsteps on the roof of the building, and no one should be there at that time, and like we go out and like there's no one there, and you know, we've gotten things on the video cameras and all of that, and it's so strange. It's so weird being there. Like I said, alone, it's even worse.
Yeah.
And it's just a weird place to have gotten to work, but, you know, it's still like, you know, they're all family to me too, so I always love going back. But
now, I'm just trying to see why I can't. Which ones, because I saw you had a couple videos, which would you recommend people if they're interested in looking at your Twig Soda ghost hunt?
Ooh, I know the part 1 has the disembodied footsteps on the roof, right? So that's like the major highlight one. I think we have the most activity in that. And then I think part 3, we get a lot of like voices on some of the cameras that we've stationed around the building. So we'll be down the hall, right? And it won't echo or anything. Yeah. And we'll catch like murmurs or like small whistles or voices on those cameras. It's super cool. So
all right, well, and what was your YouTube name again?
It's Looft. I'm pretty sure it's LOOFT. My buddy like has the domain of the YouTube channel, but we help him with all that and stuff. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. LOF. Well, hold on. I gotta figure out which one it is here. I just want to show it for Twigs.
And he's got some of his old like videos he did as like, you know, a high schooler and stuff, which I think are really funny.
Well, those are good too.
But
okay, here it is. So if you're looking, hold on. I'm gonna show it off on stream here. Whoops. What's going on here? Why am I? Okay, here we go. Why can't I see it? There it is. Where it is? Twigs. This one. There it is. Yeah. So if you're interested in, you want to check it out, there it is. Look for this one. So it's at _ LOOFT. Hit videos. And yeah, you got Twigs Paranormal Investigation Part 3, Part 1, Part 2. Some mods. Listen, cool. Check it out if you're interested in watching that. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna watch one after. I'm gonna save it on here.
Perfect. Crack open a beer and watch one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that stuff.
Definitely. Cool. Yeah. Well, I do have other stories, but I can call in another time.
Beauty,
to
yeah.
Tell those.
Yeah, man. Make sure
Yeah.
to call back and tell some more stories. And listen, don't sell yourself short. You listen. I would call yourself an average. Like, you're making videos. You got equipment. You're getting more. You're getting more. If you're getting ghost voices and stuff, you're getting more than 90% of the ghost hunters. You know what they're doing. So you're professional in my.
True, yeah,
You're professional in my books.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, and I've been a long time listener, but I'm sitting here tonight, and I hopped on the stream, and I noticed that, because of probably American Thanksgiving, there's not a lot of people, on. I don't know what the count is now, but I thought I'd call in and tell you a story. So
well,
definitely.
It's never accurate because people keep watching on alien theories, theorizing stuff, even though I tell them watch on Cosmic Channels stuff. So we get those numbers, but they don't. I can
Yeah,
see.
that makes sense.
I can see you people watching on Alien Theorists Facebook, and I can see you people watching on Alien Theorists YouTube. Should be on Cosmic Channels YouTube, Cosmic Channels Facebook. But hey, thank you so much for calling in with that story. Terrifying. I can't wait to watch that.
I know. Well,
and make sure to call back with another story.
Oh, will do. Thank you for everything you guys do. I love listening to you guys. Huge inspiration. And, I mean, you get me through schoolwork, work days, just everything. And
Hey,
love you guys.
That's what it's about, man. Thank you so much.
Exactly.
Take care of yourself.
Have a good night.
Bye. That's my favorite thing. My favorite compliment as a podcaster is when people are like, you help me get through my work day. It's the best. Because when I first started listening to podcasts, that's what I did. I was just crush podcasts at work, and I was like, "Oh man, thank God I can listen to podcasts." So I'm glad that I get to do that same thing. But listen, go check out this guy's YouTube. Go check out these videos. There's one 51 minutes long, 35 minutes long, 28 minutes long, 3-part investigation. Check it out. Lines are open 1-833-703-0424. There was someone on the line. They're gone. They fell off. They fell off the line. It's okay. Call back. Yeah, Sundrop. Heard is haunted from the people that work there. What's Sundrop? Did a girl from there once? Is that the no? The Sundrop is it Sundrop facility? I thought he said what's Sundrop? I thought he said Twigs. It's Twigs. He said. I wonder what kind of cult. I just found out one. There's a cult, like the Pop's a cult. Get out of here. The soda's a cult. Chad is saying soda's a cult. Is that what we're talking about here? It's a soda. I'm confused now. Like Mellow Yellow, it's a soda. So it's not a cult. So listen, hey, there's a deli in British Columbia. It's called Yellow Deli. Delicious sandwiches. They have locations, across BC, some other, maybe even in the North Pacific Northwest. Yellow Deli. There's one in Courtenay, Vancouver Island. And it's 100% a cult. It's like run by a cult. It's called the 12 Tribes or something. And it's a like Christian fundamentalist cult or something. Phenomenal sandwiches, phenomenal. You start to be like, after you eat it, you're like, man, I'd love to work there. Well, there are Snuggie Pepsi robes. The cult, there's a cult in Shawanoe, where it used to be. Listen, there's cults everywhere, man. There's fucking weird. There's the other one, the Baha'i or whatever. That one's a cult. Baha'i cult? I think it's a cult. Oh, never mind. It's not generally regarded as a cult. But when they say not generally regarded, that means, in some streams it is regarded. Yeah, the sandwiches are good. The Kool-Aid is shit. Listen, we got two good Thanksgiving calls. We'll leave the lines open for another 5 or 10 minutes here. If you got a story, 1-833-703-0424. Or listen, hey, you just want to call in and share what you crushed for Thanksgiving, you can do that too. I'm not going to include it in the show, but hey, I don't mind listening. That's how I stay skinny. I only listen to people describe what they eat. I'm not eating it myself anymore. The Sundrop. See, I don't know. Sundrop. Is Sundrop the cult? Is that the name of the cult? Sundrop cult? That's not. That's a flavor. Sundrop is a soda. I live here now, and it really is, but not even. I love Sundrop. Cosmic Channels. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Gabriel again.
Hey.
I wanted to clear that up. Yeah, I wanted to clear that up for
Okay,
you.
yeah, good. Is this a cult? Are you in a cult?
No, okay, no, I'm not.
All right, that's what
But
someone in
I
a
mean,
cult
from
would
what I
say.
hear, Kool-Aid is pretty good, so. But no, so basically the place I work at is Twigs Beverage. We
Yes.
started out making Twigs Beverage products, so like the root beer twigs, all of that stuff that you can see on the website.
Yeah.
But we, I think it was, early in the 1950s, Charles Lazier came with a soda, design, right? Being Sundrop, wanted us to bottle it. And now, to this point in, our history, it's owned by Dr. Pepper and 7-Up.
Oh,
So
okay.
they still have us bottle the soda, but we just do Twigs, our own stuff, and then their stuff now. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the cult is actually a cult. Yeah, it's called the Ramas, right? So they're this big cult in Shawano that owns huge chunks of private property, and they have people sit in cars and watch all of their land. And it's weird. It's crazy stuff. There's a lot of stories about what they get up to on their own land, and they like to buy out all the buildings here and stuff and just do nothing with them, but so that
Weird.
businesses in Shawano can't access them.
I just quickly pulled it up. It sounds like you're saying a little bit of a faux pas because they don't really like to be referred to as the Ramas. That's the unofficial title. It's actually the Samantha Roy Institute of Science and Technology, or SIST. Not a very good name. And it says unofficially as the Ramas, according to Wikipedia. It's a
Interesting.
secretive,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
secretive fundamentalist Christian-like group. Weird.
Well, I'm gonna get followed for that, huh? Someone's
Yeah.
gonna come knocking on my door.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, it's famous around here because all the stuff they do. But the high schoolers, I'm not saying I've ever done this, but what they do is they take off the license plate on their cars and they drive really slow past some of those people that guard those private properties, and they get them to tail the high schoolers, right? It's called Rama running.
Oh.
It's a huge thing. Yeah.
That's, dude. They're actually labeled as a hate group.
I could see that.
Hold on, I'm just reading some of their history. Many former members have spoken out against the group and their alleged abuses, including beatings, tortures, forced labor, and various other incidents. They are zapped by a cattle prod. They've been accused. Listen, they're forcing kids to cut grass with scissors and having their head shaved for being disobedient. Listen.
Wow. Yeah, that's quite a bit. Yep, but
It's a Samantha Roy Institute of Science and Technology. SIST. SIST. S-I-S-T.
Technologically advanced of them if they're making them use scissors to cut grass.
Honestly, dude, like now that I have a toddler, and I'm just like in a couple more years when they're just being wild, I'm like, man, what a way to kill up an afternoon. You're like, this is what you're doing. They're onto something.
That's so
I
good.
kid,
Yeah.
I kid,
Yep.
obviously. I kid. Yeah, someone saying that's
Yeah,
growing
right.
up in the 80s. That's no cult, right? Yeah. You're lucky you didn't have to
This is-
pick those by hand, those blades by hand. Well, hey,
Well, it
thanks
just
for.
sounds like something like what's up?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it just sounds like something my grandpa would do because all he does now is pay attention to his yard.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sounds like that's all he do is sit out there with scissors. But yep,
Just make sure it's all perfect.
exactly.
Yes. Well, hey, thanks for calling and clearing up that you're not, in fact, in a cult. We appreciate that.
Perfect. Yeah, I feel like I should have done that, from the start and made sure I ran back over all that. But
Listen, it's never a bad idea on this show to open the call with, "Hi, I'm so and so from this place. I'm not in a cult," and then share your
well,
story.
I'll do that next time. When I call in next time, that's how I'll
Yeah.
introduce myself.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I from now on, I want to know your cult status, where you stand in cult status at the opening of the call. That's perfect.
I'm in Lotus
Yeah.
level 5 now. I have access to the cow prod.
Hey, thanks so much for clearing that up. Have a good night.
Of course. Yep, you too.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Cosmic Channels. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Are you in a cult? That's the new line. William Jenkins here in the chat. Oh, what's going on? Right to next caller. Cosmic Channels. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And are you in a cult?
Hey, I am in a cult. It's actually me, Gabriel, again, calling to say that Burmeister from Wisconsin is the coolest guy ever.
What's going on, Burmy? This is like that TikTok
what
app
up,
where you're
dude?
like, who's the coolest fan ever? Burmeister. Hey, and the camera flips. It's you. That's what you should have posted.
Cena.
What's going on, Burmy? How's it going?
Oh, hey, I was just calling. I had a funny story about how I heard about that cult and how it kind of fucked me over.
The cult fucked you over?
Yeah, well, in a sense. So I was mentioning in the comments, Shauna, Wisconsin's like 3 or 4 hours away from where I live. So I drove up there once because I met this girl when I was in a pop punk band and we played up that area. And
What was the band? Hold on. What was it?
it?
No, you can't glaze over that. You have to, when you say things
What do
like
you mean?
that, I was in a pop pumpkin. You need a hard pause for a second because I need time to digest it and I have questions. First off, what was the band name?
Okay. We're on Spotify, actually. It's Start From Scratch
Start from scratch?
from Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah.
And how many
I
band
told Bill all
members?
about it, but he was drunk in Austin, so he didn't really care.
Oh.
And then that one dude passed out in the Jenga blocks, so then we had to get him home.
Yeah, Chris from Denver.
Chris from Denver.
Yeah.
Fucking
He was
puking in a bag.
he was the
Anyway,
next target for Jack the Dipper.
it was, yeah. So, yeah, I was the lead singer of a pop punk band. We're on Spotify, Start From Scratch. And if you don't know, I was the meme king for a while. I don't know if there's a new one, but I've been busy, so I've been away. And, so I drove up there to, like, hang out with this girl, and she was going to have this, like, party at some guy's house up there. And we all went, and it was awesome, and there was, tons of alcohol, but it was, like, it's really cold in Toronto in the winter, and there was, like, black ice everywhere. And it was like a really shitty night to like drive 4 hours for a party. But, there's this girl involved. So I drove up, we're hanging out, and then I got a little drunk, and I was planning on staying overnight originally. I got a little drunk, and then they started talking about this cult, and I did not believe this guy. And I'm like, there's no way. And he's like, oh yeah, we like to drive by and like fuck with them, and then they chase us. And I did not believe the dude. So I was so interested in this that I left the party because they were going to go do a Taco Bell run and fuck with this cult. So I left the party with these guys, and they were friends of this girl. And she didn't want to go. She wanted to stay behind. So we went and like actually did this, and they did follow us. There's like a whole thing. It was super, super crazy, and I didn't believe them. So, I mean, nothing crazy happened. Like, nobody got, abducted or hurt or anything. But, like, I totally didn't believe them. They showed me, like, all these different places that
So you did
they
a
were at,
Rama
buildings
run,
they owned there.
basically. You were a Rama runner.
I did a Rama run. Yeah,
That's
yeah. I
fucking-
didn't know it was called that then. This was, like, early 2000s. So
Yeah.
it was before it was cool. And, like, they said, oh, they own that DP, or they own that, like, video rental store or whatever, which probably isn't a thing anymore. And then I completely, like, forgot about this whole moment until I saw this. I joined this Cosmic Channels late tonight because it's Thanksgiving, so I'm not working. So I saw he was talking about Shawno, and I'm like, oh shit, that's probably like the Sun Drop place. You know, the Sun Drop place is haunted. I always heard that from this girl. And then the cults, and I was like, oh, the cults. I completely forgot about that. Because when we got back to the party with the Taco Bell run, the girl that I drove all the way up there to get with was with her ex-boyfriend in the attic, like going at it. So I ended up leaving, driving 4 hours back home.
Hey, you win
because
some.
I wanted to go find out about this cult.
You win some, you lose some.
I know. I'm like, the cult completely fucked me over that.
Yeah.
So,
inadvertently.
yeah, I probably shouldn't have been as excited about the cult, but I was, and I lost the girl, and I mean, we're still friends. We talked like, we've hung out a couple times. But,
So
different times now.
Start from scratch.
There you go.
What's the
It's on
logo?
Spotify.
What's the logo? There's a couple artists.
The logo it's like a girl holding a rose.
Oh yeah. It's proud of
Type
you.
in like our first rock show, or
If we
Proud
ever
of
had a
You. Yeah,
chance.
that's me singing and playing guitar and keys.
Yeah.
It's all sappy pop punk love songs from the early 2000s. We're on Warp Tour though.
If we ever had a chance, was that about this experience? Was this
No, different girl. But we actually, in that song, if you listen to the end of the first song before that, there's actually before the track we had Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future saying, "Oh, there's the blues riff and B. Watch me for the changes and trying to keep up," and then it goes right into that song. So we totally like copied that, but we made it as like a negative track before the track, so we didn't get sued for copyright infringement.
Well, I have to check it.
Until I just outed it now. We probably will be.
Yeah, you're gonna get a notice here. Oh, you probably already did.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What's cool?
Yeah, thanks for that. Anyway.
I'm gonna listen after. I can't. I got it saved on my Spotify here. I can't. If I play it, I'm gonna get instantly taken. YouTube's like, no, instantly. Even though.
Yeah, no worries.
So
no, I won't. I won't.
Straight.
We don't really make any money off that anymore.
It's cool though.
We got like, what is it? We got like greater than 1,000 plays. Is that when you're like really shitty on Spotify?
Yeah,
like
that's
the greater
good.
than symbol or less than symbol or something.
Hey,
like that.
nothing wrong with that. Dude, if you're an independent artist, you get any listeners
Nothing wrong with
that are from anywhere outside of your local. I mean, like, listen, that's awesome. It's probably better. Like, if in the grand scheme of things,
United States,
you were probably more successful than 99% of artists in the grand scheme of things.
Look, I was on a Warp Tour, so
Yeah,
I
that's
would
insane.
say I was. So.
That's insane. Hold on.
That-
How did
back
that come about? You're still sexy. What are you talking about? You're big sexy now.
Oh, I'm big sexy now, yeah. No, I was in a band. We toured on the East Coast, and then we ended up on the East Coast length of the Warp Tour up through Canada. That's the first time I went to Canada, actually, before you needed a passport. That was back then.
Right on.
So we went to Toronto, we went to Quebec, and all the girls in Quebec were amazing. I could not believe how attractive every girl in Quebec was. I don't know how you feel about that, but you're Canadian.
Yeah, I mean, you hear like Montreal, beautiful women. I've heard that. I've had friends live there and say that.
Yeah, Montreal, Quebec, it was insane.
I mean,
yeah, I was on the Warp Tour, and I ended up going again with my friend's band. My friend's band was on Kung Fu Records, and I went as the merch guy for another extended tour of that. And we ended up doing, I think, Boston, New York, Buffalo, New York, Toronto. Like I met like Good Charlotte. Like we became friends with them backstage. So there's like a barbecue every night afterwards.
Yeah.
And like all the bands hang out. So like Good Charlotte was like a group that I met. They knew like their new drummer, so we got in good with them. Like I hung out with Newfound Glory. We hung out with Kenny from the Starting Line. He was like my age at the time, but we were like I was like 19. I was hanging out with the dude from Something Corporate, and yeah, it was a really cool experience, man. It was like the best summer of my life. That was 2004.
Yeah, well, I mean, that sounds like it'd be a fucking
no, 2000,
awesome
2000,
time.
yeah, 2000, 2002 it was actually. Sorry, 2002. Best summer of my life. So, yeah, and Real Big Fish bought us pizza one night. We were hanging out with MXPX, all those. Oh, what was that?
Whoops. What's going on here?
My time is up.
No. Your time's not. Are you still here?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what's going on here. I somehow
Yeah,
have
I'm still here.
eliminated.
Are you here?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was still listening, and then I got a error code, and my camera turned off here. What's going on here?
Oh, weird. I'm still here. I don't know if everyone's still listening.
I think I just
we got shut down because of that start from scratch thing.
Yeah, yeah, it's probably
Back to the
exactly
future.
what happened. It's not over. No, it's not over. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean we're not a barrel of monkeys, but I thought we were pretty good there.
There. That was the craziest thing ever.
Well, shall I let you go so you can figure your stuff out?
No, we're back. Everything's back normal. I don't know.
Are you still online?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Oh, okay.
We never.
Dude, it's the Ramas.
It's the
Ramas. It's gotta be.
They don't like being called that. That was the weirdest thing ever. Everything just kind of like jumped. It went to like show ending. My camera turned off. I was like, I have no idea I was like, what is going on? That is wild. I'm like watching live. I'm like, this is the CIA agent covering my.
That's amazing.
Something was going on. That is super fucking weird. Yeah, it was a cult, 100%. Yeah, it is.
It had to be
weird.
But they're on to it.
Yeah.
Well, man, good to hear your voice again.
Hey, man, yeah, nice seeing you.
Been a while.
You know what? I was hoping I could talk you into coming to the fucking Vancouver to see Survivor Series, but you were too booked up.
Oh, when is that? Oh, that's tomorrow. That's
tomorrow,
Saturday, right?
It's tomorrow, man. But it's all right. It's all right.
Are you going?
No, I fucking
going?
no one could go. I couldn't get anyone to go with, and I didn't want to go by myself.
No one could. Your wife wouldn't go with you, or your soon-to-be wife? Sorry.
Well, I could, but then it's
Andrew wouldn't go. What's Andrew doing?
He's working. He can't get he's fresh, so it's like he doesn't want to take the time. And I get it. I get that. And then Zell was just got back from Mexico, so he didn't want to. He couldn't tag that on the tail end of getting back from Mexico. And then Dan is just getting back from Thailand.
Man.
So then, and he's not the biggest wrestling fan, so it's so expensive to fly over from the East Coast. And then I had a couple other buddies that just were thinking about doing it, but they just couldn't pull the trigger on how expensive it was. And it was, the fucking tickets were, I was like, God damn. I was like, I'd rather go to Mania, to be honest, than Vancouver.
Dude, their tickets have gone up since they merged with UFC and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Insane.
Well, they do this fucking sneaky thing too.
No, dude,
where they release tickets, like they release tickets, they jack up the prices, and then they're like, they'll sell out so quick. You're like, oh, how did it sell out so fast? But then like 2 weeks ago, they released tickets in the lower bowls for like half the price that they were selling them, like at the beginning. So you're like, so they weren't sold out. They were just fucking gouging all the fans.
Yeah.
But I see what's going on. My camera's about to fucking die. But anyways,
it's got to be a scam, dude. They'll get found out eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I would have come with you. I'm doing a wedding on Saturday, so I don't get to watch it until I get home. But
right.
I get to meet Macaulay Culkin the week after. So
nice.
That'll be cool.
Nice. Childhood hero.
Yeah, we're doing a VIP meet and greet. Yeah, we're watching Home Alone, the director's cut, and then he's doing a Q&A, and I got a meet and greet pass afterwards so I can take a picture of them and talk to them.
Well, hey, send a picture. Yeah, I want to see. Make him do the face.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah.
All right, dude, I'll let you go so Gabriel can call again.
Hey, all right, brother. Take care.
All right, Gabriel, it's your turn.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Gabriel's gonna call. I promise I'm not in a cult. Yeah, I don't. That was so weird. I don't know what happened here. I can see my camera. Something's up with my camera, so I don't know if my camera triggered everything, but I don't know. Everything. I got green lights everywhere. Everything's working. So that's super strange. Unless there's a caller on the line, there is not. I'm going to end this Cosmic Channels. We got a couple great calls on Thanksgiving. I might try to open the lines up this weekend randomly, so if you're kicking around, stay tuned around this time this weekend, and maybe I'll just open the lines randomly while I'm editing the show. take some more calls. Thank you all for listening to Cosmic Channels. Really appreciate it, guys. And if you want to help the show, you know, let's outweigh some of those newly fresh 1-star review wave I got. If you like the show, go give us a 5-star review on Apple. Podcasts is where we got all the 1 stars. But hey, listen, give us all the, you know, Spotify, wherever you can get them. That's it for Cosmic Channels. The Cosmic lines are now closed. For real.